Shane Weston, 5609, and I wanted to talk about him, guys, because what we need more of in drag racing is people like Shane Weston, people like Sam Treasure, Kyle Putland, the fresh, young, dynamic faces, the Michelle Adamoses of the world, etc., etc. People that can carry on the next wave of stars in this most exciting and awesome forms of motorsport. And certainly, I know, speaking to Shane and the entire team, they are keen to get some sponsorship support. And Boomtish, just talking about the man he is on the Southside Engine Centre super screen right now to have a crack at this Perth Motorplex track. And going on what we've seen earlier today, Jared, he's got to fancy his chances.
A 560 with a 9, but Richie, what do you got to say down there?
Oh, I was just going to concur with what Dino has to say. I mean, anybody that's got some money to spend could do worse than getting behind this guy. He's a good-looking kid. He talks well, he presents well, and he's a great ambassador for the sport. And we're going to keep seeing a lot more from this guy.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Good to see Rob Pilkington too. He is one of the established legends, local legends of Western Australian drag racing. And certainly this year, by his lofty standards, he would have liked to have defended his K-Trans Top Cop Championship crown. Wasn't to be last year, really. He got some key moments in the back half of the championship season here at Perth Motorplex that hasn't transpired this year. But really, full dips of the lid has to go to Al McClure. He has had a breakout season. And despite the tweaking of the rules and regulations, we run to track records now here at the Plex. These guys have made a firm fist of it, and the racing has been great.
Absolutely. Shane Weston earlier in the afternoon ran himself last. We keep saying a 560 with a 9. So went 0.05 under that index. We see Pilko, he qualified down in 6th at this point in time in the Monte Carlo funny car. He got there by virtue of 594.3 and went 0.2 over the index.
594, he won't be happy with that. Running AA trim, back the blow down some, put bit of weight in the car as well. The Alutek funny car, Shane Weston though, keep an eye on this dragster. Good matchup to kick things off.
Keep a clutch starts down the back as Weston gets on down the track. Got there with a killer 021 reaction time.
553 for Shane Weston. That is a butler of a run. 021 reaction time, 574 for Rob Pilkington. But Perth Motorplex, that is a banging run to kick off K-Trans Top Cop for Shane Weston.
Yeah, Shane Weston had some pretty big tyre shake there as well, and look down the track. You can see some big chatter marks, probably to around about 300 feet or so. So he just drove straight through that, and what was it, 553? That'd have to be getting pretty close to PB territory there as well.
It is a PB for him.
Yeah.
Under his 56, which is his PB, and he drove out of that shake and did a stellar job.
Shane Weston. The car just keeps going quicker and quicker, mate. What are you doing?
We just tried one little thing then, and we just didn't know if it was going to go out and go any better, but just the small little changes are just making the big difference at the moment. And we just put one little lean out on the car, and it just seemed to just like it. So yeah.
Can you describe driving the car down there, 553? How many kilometres an hour was it, guys? Lots of kilometres an hour.
Plenty.
Awesome. Nah. The best thing is when you're revving the car up, getting into stage, you just take one big deep breath, and then next minute you hear the other guy rev up, and then you take another big deep breath, and then just drop the clutch, and then just hang on and wait for that shift light. When it starts, the fifth shot starts going off, you just keep hitting gears.
Do you actually breathe in that pass, or you're holding your breath all the way?
I don't actually know, but I've actually had a camera watching me as a driver, and I'm doing some really weird stuff at the moment, so everyone's like, oh, I didn't know you would do that or this. So
mate, we love watching you. Congrats on the PB.
Well, as we bring our next...
And we've got Shane Weston and Daniel Gregorini. This is a marquee matchup in this elimination round of K-Trans Top Comp.
Richie.
Yeah, Dean, you're talking about how cool the place looks from up there, and it does. I can still remember the first race meet here and just walking into the place and thinking, wow, just how cool is this place? And it just 14 years down the track, and I'm still in awe of the Perth Motorplex. One of my favourite things to do is get here first thing in the morning, take a big smell of the racetrack. Love the smell of the racetrack first thing in the morning. But it doesn't matter where you sit in this place. It's a great place to come and watch drag racing and speedway.
Absolutely. The only place in the world I think we had that you can see drag racing and speedway in the same venue. Shane Weston and Daniel Gregorini.
Yeah, there's one track in America, but don't panic. Doesn't rate compared to this place.
So it does actually have speedway and drag racing.
There's some multi-purpose venues, yeah. But look, this place is biatching. It's fantastic. Shane Weston's had a great day so far, and we'd love to see him punch out another big number. What can Daniel Gregorini do? He is in top door slammer trim. He's going hard and heavy today. No backpedaling to AAAP these days with the new supercharger and engine combo. Good race here. This is a toss of the coin job if both can run to their potential. Pre-stage lights are on. Weston into stage now, waiting on Gregorini. He's there. Good light from Gregorini. A stab and steer and back pedal for Weston, and that gives it to Gregorini 6:05. And a 581 lose for Shane Weston on the virtue of the differential with the handicap system we run in K-Trans Top Comp. So just with that weather coming in a little bit, just throwing a little bit of a curveball to these teams. But Shane Weston, come what may, can still be very, very proud of his accomplishments this season. And a replay here on the Southside Engine Centre Super Screen. Let's check the rear tyres. Probably a bit of a shake and a rattle there. And Gregorini gets it done. But whether it's enough to get through to the B or A final time will tell.
How do you like the little tap of the headers on the ground as Gregorini crosses the finish line?
Yep, carrying some heat.
Oh, yeah.